On Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok.
Another beautiful morning to talk sport right here on Dominion Sport, Dominion Television, your channel of choice. UEFA Champions League night of football is back, and trust me, we had goal thrills, action and reaction right there, and we'll be giving you back-to-back of that this wonderful morning. They call me Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I have City Boy himself, Mr. Akinwande. Good to see you. Simon Akintunde, I'm sorry, Simon Akintunde. Good to see you in the studio this morning. Yeah. How are you feeling, my brother?
I'm very, very fine. Good morning to you. Good morning to our viewers from across the globe. It's a pleasure to be here. This is my first time. I'm super excited to be here. And of course, to talk sport, you know, it's always a pleasure when you have the opportunity to talk sport. This is what we do. And of course, I'm very, very excited. Let's just get started.
Okay,
really.
yes. Just like he said, we're going to get started on the show this wonderful morning. And also, let me inform you that we have a guest on Zoom who will be joining us on the conversation this wonderful morning. I call him Lebron, but the name is Favor. He's going to be joining us on Zoom also to discuss every stories we have on the show this morning. We know how we do it on the show. We start from the local front, then we move straight into international stories. But this morning, we're going to start from the story of Oyo State, where Oyo State is set to host the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers between Nigeria and Rwanda on 27th of September at the Lakon Salami Stadium at Damasingba, Ibadan. At a press conference held in the office of the Executive Governor, we emphasized the importance of this event under the leadership of His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde. Oyo State continues to demonstrate its strong commitment to sport development, youth empowerment, and community engagement in line with His Excellency's directive entry into the 20,000 capacity stadium right there at the... All right, let's go on a break, and when we are back, we'll be talking more sports.
Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van.
Sport in Nigeria. And it's sad, and I don't understand why they're not looking to the brighter side of things. Someone, you know what, UK is earning on Europe daily.
In Europe, I read a report that, sports sector is, I think, is one of the top 5 sector in terms of revenue
You know what?
generation.
We should not even go too far. Now, let's come back to the FIFA Club World Cup. Look at the revenue that generated.
Look at how much Chelsea made. See, Favour is smiling.
Come on.
Look at how much they pocketed in the United States of America.
Favour, come on. Because Samuel right now is, are not happy with the situation in Nigerian sports. For you, if we are to go back to the root of the problem, how do we tackle situation? Because if something is here, the statement something will make is heads should roll. They should not be in office at this point in time. So for you, Favour.
But they will continue to be in the office because the sport is still being run by the government.
Come on, talk to me, Favour.
First of all, I have to say the situation is very, very horrific. I don't want to use. And I'm not even going too far with that word. I'm not even being critical with that word. I think that is very, very bad. It's a very bad situation for Nigeria because we have a lot of talents. We have a lot of talents in football, in everything. We have a lot of talents, and it's disappointing to see that in sports competitions we don't do well. Like for instance, the World Athletics Games that's currently going on. Yeah. We have only one medal. One, and that was
celebrating. Just one silver medal.
At this point. Only one medal, and people are celebrating. I mean, it's nice to celebrate.
Yeah, it's okay to celebrate.
But Nigeria as a country is so disappointing to see that we have one. We are talented. A Nigerian can turn pure water nylon into gold. That anything. Nigerians are so good. If you want to see how good Nigerians are, just look at our music. We are so good. Burna Boy dominates, Davido dominating, Rema dominating, Wizkid dominating. We're good, but why is it not translating to our sports? It's disappointing to see. Now, for me, the way we can change that is to, like Samuel already said, we have to industrialize this thing. We have to make sure that it's a business. Like, for instance, when you look at in England, how many teams are owned by the states? How many? Ed Sheeran owns Ipswich. This club that I've forgotten their name now. I think they're in the championship now. They are run by a Hollywood star. Roman Abramovich owns Chelsea now. It's Todd Boehly, a US guy. When you look at Manchester United, you see that it was owned by Glazer before, but now it's owned by it's owned by people, by human beings, by billionaires who know what it means to own a business. It's not just states. It's not about states. Put in 5 million. Put in, they don't know. These people don't even know anything about it. And it's disappointing to see. The way out of this is to make sure that we can convince billionaires, our billionaires.
We have money. We have billionaires in this country.
There was a time Aliko Dangote was very interested
in buying Arsenal.
So come on. Why can't Dangote own a football club in Nigeria?
An Aliko Dangote run it successfully?
Look at what Honorable Kole Sonaba is doing with
Remo Stars. Come on.
Imagine we have 3 or 4
of that honorable Shoname, in Nigerians. Come on, man. Come on. I'm sure Samuel and LeBron will be here with us, to always discuss situations like this. And we hope that at the end of the day, we'll be one of the greatest force and tool to see this change happen in Nigerian sport as we go on right here. Let's move away from that story and let's look at the Super Eagles defender Olaino has undergone a successful surgery. Aino sustained an hamstring injury in Nigeria's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Bafana of South Africa. Last time out, the 28-year-old is now expected to be sidelined for around 3 months. The versatile fullback will hope to return to action in time for 2025 African Cup of Nations, which will be hosted by Morocco in December. I know we'll miss Super Eagles World Cup qualifiers against Crocodiles of Lesotho and Squares of Benin Republic next month. The former Chelsea player was removed from the Forest Premier League squad, and although he can be re-registered after the winter transfer window, his international teammate Taiwo Awoniyi took his place in the squad. For you, Samuel, quickly.
Very, very unfortunate, but we thank God that the surgery was successful.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be out for 3 months. My own concern is it should be back before. I hope that it's going to be back before the next African Cup of Nations in Morocco, because it's a very pivotal and very instrumental player for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, also for the Nottingham Forest. But I think as a club, they are going to have a very good replacement for him. But for Super Eagles, we know we need him for that tournament. Of course, it's going to miss the remaining 2 qualifiers for the World Cup, but
most likely likely be set? Would it be set for the AFCON?
That's my concern. I'm not even thinking about the World Cup qualifier because for me, we are not going to the World Cup. I'm not saying it, but it is the reality.
It's the reality.
So currently, it's not sure for us to qualify.
We can't do anything at this point.
So although we can still pray for miracle. That's how we do in this part of the world. Permutation, calculation, and all of that.
So at this point,
for
you
me,
pray for
I will face reality.
I'm going to face
but I just hope he's going to be back before the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, great. All right, let's move away from that. Let's talk UEFA Champions League night of football. Goals, thrills, actions. Yes, and there you have Arsenal for you. Martinelli, trust me, I was speaking with, David Sport yesterday. We were looking at the game, and at the end of the day, Martinelli was not on the team sheet. He came out on the bench, got the goal. Leandro Trossard getting the assist, also returning in back for Leandro Trossard, also Martinelli. There you have the two substitutes doing the magic for Arsenal.
What I would just say about Arsenal game yesterday is that this is all about quality depth. Having a quality depth is very, very working for them. Without Bukayo Saka, without Kai Havertz, without Odegaard, without Saliba. Some of their key players were out injured. And of course, they got the job done at San Mamés Stadium. Very difficult ground in Spain. I remember that was where United lost Europa League final against Tottenham Hotspur last season. Of course, for Arsenal, very promising start to a new campaign. They've only considered one goal. They've not considered from an open play. That free kick from Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yes, if you can have the picture of that.
That's 4 clean sheets in 5 games. They are very, very, defensively solid. They are very, very disciplined at the back, and of course they are still scoring goals. So it's good for us now. They have quality depth now. This season they must win something. All right,
quickly let's move on so that we can look at the games for tonight. We have also. Shocking victory for me. Royal, Union, Deloitte also getting that victory, 3-1. A Nigerian Canadian man, Promise, getting a goal right there. The game ended 3-1. Let's move on quickly to see other games pan out. Madrid, red card, Dani Cavanja, Trent Alexander-Arnold injured, but they got the victory, 2-1 for you.
Hartford for them, but it was a good victory for Kylian Mbappe. Another goal. I think he scored 5 goals in 6 games this season. But I think the greatest upset yesterday, it should be the talking point actually. Karabakh, first Azerbaijanian.
If we can have that picture quickly.
Honestly,
go ahead.
Karabakh winning in Lisbon yesterday, and the manner and the way in which they even got that victory was very, very impressive. 2 goals down, they came back to defeat Benfica. Benfica is a club that has a very, very, good pedigree in the UEFA Champions League, and then losing at home to Karabakh, first Azerbaijanian club to win in the UEFA Champions. Also for the Union Gilesi, the team from Belgium. Also, it was a very, very impressive victory for them because they are making that debut in the Champions League. They won the Belgian Pro League last season for the first time in 90 years. They qualified for Champions and they won their first game away from home in PSV. So these two games, for me, it was the biggest, the biggest news
for you. Okay, so quick one. Also, we had Tottenham Hotspur getting that goal. Thomas Frank is doing something fantastic.
You see, Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, they are very, very similar this season. You know what?
One goal considered.
I mean, 5 clean sheets in 5. I mean, 4 clean sheets in 5 games for Thomas Frank. What a brilliant start to a new campaign. I hope they are going to continue like this. It seems like they are playing. They are very, very, good at the back now compared to what we saw under Ange Postecoglou. Because last season they were conceding goals. Although they score goals, they were scoring teams. But now they are
defensively they're good.
They are good now. They are disciplined at the back now.
Let's look at the old ladies of Turin against the Yellow Wall. Goal through. Trust me. My hands were on my phone and I'm wondering what's happening. We're getting goals.
It's very difficult to explain this game. Just like the coach of Juventus, Igor Tudor said after that game. And I think it's one of the the peculiarities of UEFA Champions League. It's unpredictable, and football generally is unpredictable. Goalless at halftime, 4-4 after full time. 8 goals thriller in the second half. And don't forget, it was even I think this is the second time that we see a game produce so many goals in a single half. Because I think the last time we saw this this kind of goals galore in second half of UEFA Champions League football was Bayern Munich thrashing of Dynamo Zagreb last season. I think 9-2. So this was a very, very interesting game. 4-4. Both teams played very well. An end-to-end contest. It was a very good game.
All right, a quick one. Let's look at the fixtures for tonight. You have George Weah and his son getting the goals in the first game against Madrid. His son also getting our ball. These are the games for tonight. LeBron, quick one. Just going to help us look at the game between Bayern against Chelsea, Liverpool against Atletico Madrid. I remember Igor Ekitike posting on his Instagram saying, how do you defend low blocks? For you, LeBron, quick one. Bayern against Chelsea and Liverpool against Atletico Madrid. Quickly.
Bayern against Chelsea, for me, since after the Club World Cup final, I've been a very confident Chelsea fan. I'm no more scared of any club, to be honest.
No wonder you are putting on their jersey, of course.
Go ahead, quickly.
Because everybody did not expect Chelsea to beat PSG, but we did. And Bayern, again, is the same thing. Everybody don't expect it. But let's see how it goes. Bayern are very, very stacked attacking-wise, so it will be tough. I think it's going to end like a 3-3 or 4-4, to be honest. It's going to be a crazy match for me, and we'll see how that goes. But definitely, I'm very confident for that. And for Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, Premier League teams have been trashing La Liga teams, to be honest. Yesterday, you saw Arsenal beat Athletic Bilbao. Yesterday, you saw Tottenham beat Villarreal, both with clean sheets. So I think, and Atletico Madrid also have not been on form. They've not been on great form this season. And Liverpool, on the other hand, have been on great form, winning all their Premier League games. So I think Liverpool will just edge this one. It will be very tough, but just based off when you see Premier League versus La Liga recently, you see that Premier League has been dominating. So just based off that, I think Liverpool will be able to edge that at the end.
All right, yes, we're about to wrap up the show, but let me just ask for your prediction. Paris Saint-Germain against Atalanta. Ademola Lookman not on the squad.
Ademola Lookman not in the squad. I think Paris Saint-Germain will win this one, 3-1.
All right. That's all we can take on the show this wonderful morning. But we're going to be here again tomorrow to look at the result for the Champions League game and also talk more stories right here on the show. A big thank you to my producer and also the crew, and also a big thank you to Samuel Akitunde for joining us today. And also, my man, LeBron, thank you so much for joining us. Whatever you are, say big thank you to you. I'm sure you're going to be here some other time also to talk more sport on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful time and stay blessed. Bye for now.